So my students often say to me on the way out of class that they feel like they've had a massage. So I've created this yin yoga session for you to use at the end of your day if you've been sitting at a desk, at a computer or a laptop, or even if you've been seated driving all day. Guys, we're just going to jump straight in today as this is a shorter session. You are going to need a couple of things to help you. So go grab yourself a blanket. You can just hit pause, grab yourself the most substantial blanket you've got available. If you do have yoga blocks, there'll be an option to use those, but it's all just optional. We can make do with whatever we've got. So diving straight in, guys, we're going to take the blanket and I want you to roll your blanket up, kind of as I have done here. And I want you to take the blanket behind you. We're going to lay back over the blanket and I want it to land right in the middle of your back. So it's just kind of around the bottom of the shoulder blades. So you can roll the blanket to be as thick or as thin as you want it to be. The thicker it'll be, the more you'll feel out of this posture. So just taking the head back to relax into the floor. And you can just edge it up and down. You might want it just below the shoulder blades, just on top of them. So find your sweet spot. I want you to take your arms out to the sides and just relax the soles of the feet into the floor for a moment. So a lot of what we're going to do today is just trying to reverse the effects of slouching forwards. And one of the areas that gets really, really tight is right in the middle of the back. I need to close your eyes. Soften through the spine. So as we breathe in, we're going to let the belly expand. And as we breathe out, we'll let the belly fall. And let your breath begin to slow down and become a little bit longer and deeper. Breathing in, belly expands, and then the chest expands. And then the chest falls and the belly falls. And all the way down, breathing all the way down to the end of the breath. So nice and slow and even with the breath, and just letting the front of the body expand, belly and chest. And even breathing into the back of the body. So as we breathe in, we're allowing the back of the body to kind of press into the blanket. And then as we breathe out, we're allowing the whole of the body to melt and release into the blanket, into the floor. Breathing in, expanding out in all directions. And then breathing out, everything softens, everything releases through the spine, through the shoulders. Breathing out, letting go. You can just keep the knees bent. You might prefer to have straight legs. Let the hands and the fingers soften. The face soften around the eyes, around the jaw, the tongue, the throat. So nice, deep, expansive breath, breathing into the back of the body, expanding into the back of the body, and then breathing out, allowing the body a little bit of time to begin to release and relax. If you are new to Yin Yoga, in Yin we hold the postures for a little bit longer. And hold is the wrong word because we actually relax into them. We become very passive over time. Breathing out and letting go. Breathing out, letting go. Let those shoulders release. And just a little option that we can take here is taking the block, if you have one, and just placing that block under the back of the head so that it's sitting towards the bottom of the skull. So it's kind of where the skull meets the neck. We want that bottom part of the skull. So we're feeling the lower part of the back of the head resting into the block. Some of you may find that's a little bit too crunchy, it's just not comfortable. If you don't like it, you can take it away. And you might want to just release your hairband or clip if you've got one in. And I'm just going to ask you to very gently rock your head over to one side and then over to the other. So we're getting this very slow massage into the back of the neck. And again, feel free to adjust the block until it's sitting in a place that feels just perfect for you. The body is still releasing, upper arms are soft, shoulders are soft. Just a little bit of activity from the head and neck. Just helping us release some of the tension that builds in that neck during the course of the day. And your breath will do just as much for your body as the postures themselves do. So it's not just about feeling stretch or release, it's about breathing into the body, breathing into those areas that feel stuck or knotted, bringing fresh oxygen to the body and fresh energy to the body. So just bringing your head back to center for a moment. We'll just take a few more breaths here. So anywhere in your body feels ready to let go, ready to release. Breathing out. As you breathe out, just let that tension fall away. All of the effects and benefits we get from a yin practice come from letting go of our effort and our trying. So we can take the block away, place to one side, press your feet into the floor, so bending at the knees again, and just slowly lifting the hips up. And you will need to go slow here. You may not want to lift the hips all the way up as high as you usually do, as we just notice there's a bit of stiffness and a little bit of fragility in the body as we come out of these long held postures. So it's very slow movements out. You can just take your blanket to the side, curl those knees up towards the chest and just curl up into a little ball for a moment. Rock the knees from side to side. So just coming onto your side, pressing your palm into the floor and slowly working your way up to a seated position. So coming onto all fours, stack your knees under your hips and your wrists under your shoulders, and we're going to press into the floor, press the floor away and let the back arch so that it's like the middle and the back of the back is trying to reach up towards the ceiling. In this position, I want you to press the floor away a little harder, let the shoulder blades part and hunch the shoulders up towards the ears. So we're really stretching in between those shoulder blades, stretching out that middle back that we were just compressing and moving in the opposite direction a moment ago. And release, breathe in, take the head up. And this time I want you to draw your shoulders back away from your ears and the shoulder blades together. So in the opposite direction again. This is a nice slow cat-cow today. Pressing the floor away, parting the shoulder blades, stretching into that middle back. And then releasing in the opposite direction. Lifting the head, drawing the shoulder blades together, the shoulders away from the ears. One more for luck. Breathing nice, smooth, deep breaths in and out through the nose. Good stuff. Let's come into our next pose, puppy pose. So we're in a kneeling position. The knees are stacked underneath the hips still. We're going to walk the hands forwards, taking the forearms down to the floor. Keep the hips stacked directly above the knees, so that doesn't ever change. These stay stacked in that position. The forehead can meet with the floor, and this may feel enough for you today. But if you feel able to get a little deeper into this, then you can allow your chest to start to relax towards the floor, and the back will arch. So as you breathe out, you allow the muscles in the back to release and relax, so the chest is just relaxing towards the floor. And this is going to give us a stretch through the shoulders. So if this is very strong through the shoulders, it shouldn't feel harsh. It shouldn't feel aggressive. You can take your hands down to either elbow, which is a little bit more gentle. Again, thinking about allowing that breath to expand out in all directions. So not only is the front of the body expanding, but the back of the body is expanding. It's very subtle in some areas, but it's there. Something you can do if this is getting strong is to use a cushion or a block under the chest for support. If any of you have any issues with your knees and this is just not the one for you, you could try just laying onto your back and just having your arms up above you, relaxed into the floor in a kind of straight line up above your body. So you're still getting that lovely opening. So if your mind is very busy right now from the day that you've had, just start to relax that mental effort a little bit. It's just a being willing to start to let go of some of the subjects, some of the thoughts and worries and some of the analysis of the day, and letting yourself have a bit of mental rest now. Just reminding yourself that there isn't anything that you really, really need to be chewing over or fixing. This is your little pocket, your little window of time to rest physically, to rest mentally. And being with your breath will help you. Just observing, feeling, noticing the breath, and that's what brings you back into the moment. A few more breaths here. Good stuff. Let's just walk the body back in for a moment. So coming down onto your back now. So in terms of releasing knots, stiffness, tension from the spine, it doesn't get much better than a twist. So I'm going to ask you to draw your knees in towards your chest now, taking your arms out to the sides, allowing your knees to come down to the right hand side. So we have one leg stacked on top of the other, and the head looks over the opposite shoulder. The opposite shoulder will draw down just as much as it can. And you can take a hand up onto this leg, but be soft, don't grip and hold. Just yin postures are very soft. So once you've found your way into this posture, just check and make sure nothing's too strong, too severe, because these are slightly longer held postures. If you need to, you can place a cushion or a block under the knees for a more gentle twist. You can also have a cushion or a block in between the knees. So softening through the thighs, through the hips, releasing through the spine, Shoulders are letting go all around the tops of the shoulders, around the shoulder blades. Upper arms are getting soft. Even the hands, the palms, the wrists, the fingers. Every inch of the body is just giving itself over to this twist. Breathing in and out through the nose. Allowing your body to step a little deeper into relaxation each time you breathe out. This is your pocket, your window of time. And there is nothing you need to do right now other than just breathe and be here. Savor this posture, savor this moment. Savor the stillness, the stopping. Just enjoy watching each rise and fall of breath. Feeling the belly expand as we breathe a little deeper into the body. Breathing down into the belly. The more you breathe out, the more you find your body letting go. And the more we let go, the more effectively we release the deep tissue of the body. The mind is allowed to soften as it starts up, maybe again with busyness and activity. We can just relax and start to let go of some of the thoughts of the day. Only really needing to be here, just observing and noticing little details of our moment. Not needing to look backwards or forwards, but just stopping and allowing ourselves to just simply be in this moment. Tracing the rise and fall of the breath. Feeling the release in the body as we breathe out. Okay, so we're going to take a few more breaths on this side. Taking the knees back to center. Taking the knees back in towards the chest and dropping the knees down to the left-hand side. Looking over the right shoulder. Breathing out, letting go. Is there anywhere in your body that's just gripping a little, tensing a little, that feels ready to let go now? Face is soft, hands are soft. Thighs and hips are soft. The more we breathe out, the more we let go. We don't need to solve anything or analyze anything. We don't need to remember anything or make sense of anything. So the rumination, the busyness in the mind is not something we really need to pay attention to right now. It might be coming up with different ideas and analysis and effort, mental effort. But right now we don't need to really follow it around. Pay attention to it, give weight to it. And what we are able to do is just breathe and release. Let the thoughts fall away as we breathe. Tension in the body falls away, effort in the mind falls away, and we start to just experience a little bit of stillness. Bring your attention to your breath. Let your breath come and go through your nose if you can. Bring your attention to the tip of the nose, the nostrils, and really feel for that subtle feeling of air moving through your nose. You might hear the sound of your breath as you do that. Feel the feeling of your chest expanding, contracting. Feel the belly rise and fall. Soften your body a little more. And feel each breath rise and each breath fall. As I breathe in, I am aware that I'm breathing in. As I breathe out, I'm aware that I'm breathing out. Arriving fully within each breath as it happens. Let go a little more. Soften a little more. And continue to watch the breath as it rises and falls. Drawing the knees back into center. And this time, just pressing into the floor with the feet as you lift your hips up. So what I want you to do is just press the lower back into the floor first, so the hips tilt a little and then lift up from there. One vertebrae at a time, lifting up, pressing those hips towards the ceiling, and then one vertebrae at a time, slowly, slowly. And the hips are the last thing to rock back into place. This is like a little massage for the spine. So go slowly. I'm going to do that one more time. Press the lower back into the floor, tilt the hips towards you, lift the hips high, one vertebrae at a time. So you get as high as your body can go. And then one vertebrae at a time meets with the mat as you curl your spine down. And then you take your knees into your chest and you hug those knees in, curl up into a ball. Come to the side, press into your palm. Take your legs straight out in front of you. We're going to do a forward fold to release and stretch the muscles down the back of the body. So you have the option to take either a rolled blanket, a cushion, or a block under the backs of the knees for a little bend. The more you bend your knees, the more gentle it becomes. So you could maybe stack 2 cushions. You could have a block and have a bigger bend as well. So we're literally just going to fold forward. So I want you to sit up tall first and then lean forwards. And now I want you to relax down nice and slowly. Let your arms just relax to the sides or up on the lap. Just slowly let the spine round. Let the feet just rock slightly out to the side as the hips relax. And as the neck softens, the head lowers. You'll feel this getting into tight muscles through the back of the neck, often between the shoulder blades, and along the spine, and then along the backs of the legs. So you're going to feel this possibly in quite a few places. So every time you breathe out, let your body relax a little bit more into the posture. If things are feeling really strong there today, you could stack a couple of cushions on top of your lap or a couple of blocks, whatever you've got handy. So don't put so much support in with the blocks that it's taken away the stretch. Or cushions, if you're using cushions, you want to just find the right height for you so that there's a little bit of support for the head if it's too much for the neck or shoulders, but then at the same time we've come far forwards enough that we're still getting a nice feeling of stretch through the body. Each time you breathe out, allow your body to let go a little bit more than the breath before. With yin, the more you let go of your effort, the better. The more soft you become in your body, the more effortless you become mentally, the better the effect of the practice. So don't make any effort here. Just let your body be still and effortless. Let it be soft and relaxed. Just do nothing for a little while. Just breathe. Don't try and figure anything out or analyze anything. Just observe. Just be aware of your moment. Feel the breath coming and going. Feel the stretch in the body and the presence of the body. One breath at a time. Feel it come. Feel it go. And the stillness of these postures is incredibly calming and therapeutic after a long, busy day. We need stillness to counteract the busyness. This is the yin and the yang of life. The yin is the stillness, the yang is the activity. And we need a balance between the two. We need a bit of both. When it's all go, 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 movement, movement, do, 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 we become stressed, we become burnt out, we become busy in the mind. And just a little bit of stillness can really counteract all of that. A little bit of stopping. Guys, this is feeling so delicious for my body right now that I don't even want to come out. But I'm afraid it's the last few breaths. And you can allow the softness that you've cultivated in your body to linger with you after this practice. So as we come out slowly now, you can stay soft. You can still kind of sit with that breath a little bit more. Your breath is always there for you to come back to when you need to. Moving any props that you've been using to the side. Maybe just rocking the knees from side to side for a moment, looking in one direction and then looking in the other direction, just enjoying one last little bit of twist and movement through the body. So please do use this practice regularly. The more you use it, the more benefit you will see. I've got lots more videos as well, longer ones if you need them. So thank you very, very much for being here with me for this shorter session today. And hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed that and you want to stay in contact for more videos. And hit the like button if that helped you release some of that tension from the body. And I hope you go and have a lovely evening or afternoon now. Namaste.